I just ask about Garry Ringrose and the mechanics around this game counting towards his ban? Because when Tom O'Toole was banned, Simon Easterby had to clarify that he would have been in the Ireland squad, so the first 2 games counted. How does that work in terms of URC or the disciplinary committee contacting Leinster and this game counting?
Well, listen, I'm not sure what contact has been made from like the behind the scenes, but like simplistically, like Garry hasn't played a huge amount during the Six Nations, has he? So he's available for us this weekend, just like Jack Boyle obviously played in the same game where Garry got banned. So Jack Boyle is playing in the game. So just because the 23 for Ireland is that week, it doesn't mean, so players obviously get released back all the time. So Jack Boyle would be a good example of someone that has been released back to us. Garry, because of the red card, and he could have been available for us this week, because what's the conversation there is in, if Garry gets off, he's available for selection for us this week. So we've obviously got that choice, as in the Irish management essentially have that choice whether they want to release him back to us. And yeah, like I'm looking at that, the red card, and I know there's lots of commentary about it, but like in terms of mitigation, if you look where Gary's knee is, pretty much on the ground when the contact is made, and there's quite a late change from the ball carrier. So my understanding is there's mitigation there.
Yeah.
So it's not that goes from red down to yellow. Is there a bit more harshness to a yellow or to a red card because it's only a 20-minute red card? Again, I don't know the psychology of some of the decision making that takes place there, but I think if you got a bunch of coaches together to analyse that specific moment, a lot of them would think there's enough mitigation to go from red to a yellow. And I think the rules that we would play by in the league, because again, if that is an incident that happens 5 minutes into the game, I don't think any coach wants that to be a red card. But it's different in Six Nations because it's a 20-minute red card. Does that make sense?
It does, yeah. But it sounds like you're happy with his technique, but he still has to go to tackle school to.
Exactly, yeah, because he's ultimately like, it's still a penalty and yellow card offence, so it's still a foul, but I don't think it's a red card offence.
But he accepted it was a red card offence.
Yeah, but I don't know exactly how that has played out in terms of, it's sort of like, yeah, we put our hand up and we've done something wrong here. It's up to the, in terms of the lawmakers, and there can be disconnect between, as we know, between deciding and the disciplinary process, and in terms of what's being decided by World Rugby essentially as to what is a red card and what's a yellow card.